Hey ghouls, it's me, Tara Kruger, the sweetest psychopath you'll ever meet, and welcome back to my channel. So welcome back, ghouls. Today I'm doing my first ever tag video. I was watching Theresa is Dead, and she did this really cool tag called the Bad Boring Makeup Tag. She said it originated from a girl named Lisa Lobotomy. Now I haven't seen her video, but I'll go ahead and tag Theresa's down because that's where I got it from. So we're going to go through a few questions, and I'm just going to talk about makeup that I think is boring or things I don't like, this and that. Like I said, these are all my opinions, so if I mention something that I don't like that you like, don't take it up the ass because we all like different things. And whatever, let's get started. So the first question is, what foundation finish do I not like? And I've been very vocal about that here on my channel. I hate matte foundation. I find it to be gross and disgusting. Like, I have a normal skin type. Like, I don't get oily, I don't get really dry. If anything, like, the driest part of me would be my nose. We usually have to exfoliate my nose and, like, hydrate it before I put any type of makeup on over it. But I just don't like matte foundation, and working as a makeup artist for so long, especially in companies, like, I just don't get why so many people like it. Where I come from, it is very dry heat here, so which means a lot of people here have very dry skin, and I don't know how many times people would come in and they'd be looking for a foundation, and they'd come up to me and they'd be like, I am so oily, I need like a super matte foundation, and I'm looking at their skin, I'm like, girl, you're just sweaty, you're not oily, calm down. It was just like, it was honestly like a common thing that these people would always come in. They would have such dry skin, and I was like, I don't want to put matte foundation on you, girl. It looks like it's gonna hurt. But they would insist on it, and then I remember this one girl specifically. I told her, like, well, I'm gonna have to put like a really good hydrating primer on you if you want matte foundation, because it's not gonna work out with your skin. And she's like, oh no, I can't do that. I swear I'll be so pissed off if I see a tiny bit of shine anywhere. And I'm just looking at her like, don't worry, you won't. Like, her skin was so bad, like it was flaking on her sideburns, around her nose, and like no tea, no shade with people with dry skin. But I'm just like, girl, let's take care of your skin instead of fucking it up more, you know? But anyways, honestly, my opinions, I feel Double Wear from Estee Lauder and Remarkable by Marc foundations are like the most disgusting foundation ever. They dry down so quickly, so you get to blend it out quick, and they're super matte that, like, when I have worn them before, like, washing it off was a goddamn nightmare. I fucking hate those foundations. They're disgusting. So yes, so what kind of foundation finish do I hate? I hate matte foundation. 2. What is the worst mascara I have ever tried? Bitch, let me tell you, not that it performed horribly or whatever, but it sent me to the ER twice. When I worked at Sephora, you know, they always give you new products to try out here and there, and one day I unfortunately received a mascara from Hourglass. If you don't know what Hourglass is, they're a very like high-end kind of bougie brand. They have really good shit, but their mascara, bitch, that nearly killed me. I remember I wore it, and you know, like, if you have a cat or kind of an animal, and so if their loose hairs get on you, you can kind of feel like the little hairs there. You won't see them, but you kind of feel them. Like, that was happening to me throughout the day, and I did not know like what it was or what was going on. And then I kind of started feeling it around my face, and I remember I looked in the mirror because people kept asking me if I was stoned because my eyes were so fucking red. And then I finally looked in the mirror and I was like, holy shit, my eyes were super red, bloodshot. And I kind of figured out, like, yo, it's the mascara. I need to get home and take it off. And washing it off actually made it even worse. My eyes stung and like were tight, dry out, gross, like super red puffy eyes. I remember thinking, like, I'm gonna pop some Benadryl and go to sleep so in the morning it'll be gone. No, bitch, I woke up and I couldn't even open my eyes because they had swollen shut. I had to get someone to take me to the ER. Then I had to get an allergy shot to make the swelling go down. And I remember it was the day, it was like right before my first trip to DragCon ever. So I remember I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to wear makeup. This is gonna be awful. Like, I'm gonna look like shit. And then I remember going to work like a day or two after this had happened, after I got my shot. And I didn't put makeup on, like I just put like some light foundation on, but my eyes had still been irritated. And it was the one day I didn't take Benadryl at all. So I showed up to work and my eyes get even so much more irritated. Like, as I'm there at work, I kept feeling my eyes shutting closed. So I told them, like, I gotta go. So I hopped in my car and I got to the ER real quick again to get a second allergy shot. And finally then my eyes swelled down, but they were so irritated and gross and hurt. They actually didn't even heal up till like a day or so before my first day at DragCon. So I was like, well, at least my eyes healed up before then. I had not put makeup on until that day because I was like, I'm not fucking my face up again. And number 3, an item I've used once and threw away right after. And that had to be the Nikki Tutorials and Too Faced collaboration, the Power of Makeup palette, I believe it was called. That was like the first time I ever like was buying like high-end makeup and got such a shitty fucking product. And yeah, years later it kind of came out that like, I don't know what exactly happened, but they did really fuck her over. Like, oh my god, if you guys had that palette, let me know how your experience went with it, because I remember like trying to pack on shadows and nothing would blend or nothing would move or it would all just like disappear. It was seriously like the worst fucking most disgusting palette I ever had. I remember that was my first taste, I think, at Too Faced eyeshadows, and honestly to this day I think Too Faced eyeshadows are just like a piece of shit. Like, I've never liked a fucking Too Faced eyeshadow palette. I've had the peach palette, I've had the chocolate bar palette, and one of their other stupid fucking palettes, and no, their eyeshadows are shit. Their complexion stuff I love, amazing, but their eyeshadows are complete garbage. Fucking hate them. And number 4, the most boring palette that I own. And honestly, it was a tough choice between one or two other palettes, and it actually came down to this Tarte palette. What is it? The High Tides and Good Vibes eyeshadow palette. Although I was obsessed with this palette when it initially launched, and the quality of this is pretty fucking amazing. It's sad to say that the most interesting thing about this palette is the packaging itself. Like, it's just one size kind of like your brown neutral shades, your basic shimmers, and then some blue shades. And the glitters in here aren't that great. Like, they work pretty well, but I've had way better like pressed glitters from Tarte. And with these, I just, they weren't my favorite. And number 5, a makeup trend that I think is boring and would wish would go away. Now, I thought about this for a while because I'm not sure if it actually is the makeup trend or if people just don't know what they're doing. But I fucking hate those blocky ass, super thick, blacked out eyebrows. They seriously like you got shoe polish and just colored in like your fucking eyebrows. Like, when they're super squared off and super just fucking magic marker, I think those are the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I remember when James Charles's lame ass first came out and his picture was all over CoverGirl. The only thing I noticed that right away my eyes went to was like, wow, his brows are disgusting. Like, did he do his own makeup for the campaign? Or do you think they would have had an artist come in and paint him up? But like, those eyebrows were fuck. And number 6 is the worst lipsticks I have ever tried. Right away, I went to Melt Cosmetics. I had tried a lot of their stick lipsticks at first when they first came out, and I remember like right on a whim, like I just heard about the brand, I thought it looked cool, the colors were really cool, so I bought a couple of them, and oh my god, they fucking sucked. It was like rubbing a goddamn crayon on my mouth. Like, those lipsticks were so dry, so like you had to like warm it up to like get any kind of payoff, and then even after you did, I guess after it kind of set on your lips for a while, it would get real crusty in the middle and like peel off. I remember specifically, again, back at my Sephora days, I was in training when I had just got hired at Sephora, and I wore one of the fucking Melt lipsticks, and we were sitting there for our training for a while, and we had a break, and I went to go look at myself in the mirror, and as I'm just sitting there like listening to whatever they're telling us, not moving my mouth or anything, not eating, not anything. I go to look in the mirror after we get on break, and all my inner part of my lipstick has crumbled up and was falling off. Like, it balled up and fell off. I like some products from Melt. It's kind of a very hit and miss when it comes to Melt with me, because I've been so unimpressed with a lot of their products. And it's funny that they started off as like a lipstick brand, but then their lipsticks are fucking horrible. So I just don't understand like how they managed to make it where they are now. I'm sorry, I sound like I'm reading them to filth, but you know, I did like their stack. I have the radioactive stack, and I do have their weed palette. I thought the weed palette was pretty nice. It worked pretty good for me anyways. I know a lot of people had trouble with it, or like they had problems with it, but surprisingly no, I actually had a good experience with the weed palette, or whatever it was called. So see, I'm not biased. I'm not gonna be a bullshitter and like give you like, oh, this is amazing and this is amazing. No, like honestly, that's how I feel about Melt. Their lipsticks are trash and their eyeshadows are cute. The liquid lipstick that it came with the weed palette though, I believe it performed well. It was a green color, so I haven't worn it much because I haven't really had a look to go with it. So, and number 7 is a color that I think is boring. Now, I guess like I'm like what, eyeshadow, lipstick, or just a color in general. I'm probably just gonna have to go with like that really super paley pink nude color for lipsticks because they look horrible on me. I look like Tyrone Biggums from Dave Chappelle. Like I seriously just look like some crackhead who needs some water and some lip chap because my lips look fucking disgusting anytime I wear that color. And number 8, what brand has been coming out with the most boring products? I'm right away, I'm gonna have to say Becca. Every time they launch something, I'm kind of like, don't they already have that? Like everything that Becca launches looks exactly the same as everything they've already had before. Like boring ass brown eyeshadow palettes, boring ass bronzes and like highlights. Like every time like, ooh, new collection, Jaclyn Hill, Christy Teigen, blah blah, and their collections come out, I'm like, girl, everything looks the same. Like it's nothing different. It's always the same thing. Like even their display at Sephora is just like highlighters, foundation. Here's our stupid like bronzer things, and they're so like, ugh, boring. I know I'm being like real harsh, but honestly, like that's one brand that every time I go look at Sephora and I'm shopping is I just skip right over because I'm like, there's nothing different that I'm gonna ever need there. Like I'm never really impressed. Like their highlighters are good, like they're good quality, but like girl, I saw those back like in 2013 and nothing's changed. And I'm gonna give you guys 2. One other brand that I think is kind of boring that has like nothing interesting coming out is MAC. Like I was obsessed with MAC when I first started like really getting into makeup. Like it was my first job. It was actually one of my most favorite jobs was working for MAC. But ever since I started shopping there, while I worked there, and years after, since I no longer work there, like everything's honestly like repetitive and like the exact same shit again and again and again. Like I think like they really need to step it up because all their collections, even when I was working there, like what was it, about 2-3 years ago was the last time I worked with them, like none of their collections sold out, like nothing. The only thing that sold out that was there when I was working with them was the Patrick Star powder, which in all reality, I don't even believe like it was like a limited edition special like Patrick Star powder. It's a pro powder you could get off the line if you have the pro card. So yeah, if you still want that and the Patrick one's gone, you can still find it online. It's as long as you have a pro card or know someone with a pro. And number 9, what step in my makeup routine do I find the most boring? That would honestly be putting on eyelashes. Like I love fucking eyelashes. Like I don't feel like my looks are complete until I have a fucking lash on, and when I'm in drag I need a top and a bottom lash. Like I will never not wear eyelashes unless like I'm doing like the most softest basic look ever, but even then I still like to pop on a lash. The reason why is just because like I take a while to do my makeup, so by the time I finish everything I'm kind of like, oh, I'm done, and I'm like, no, I still gotta glue lashes on. It's like pound the glue, pressing it on right, making sure my fucking eyes don't glue shut. That one's just the most tedious for me, and I hate putting on lashes, but I don't ever want to not have lashes. And number 10, what would I rather choose? Would I rather have bad eyes and a good base, or good eyes and a bad base? Now, I don't want to like toot my own horn and sound a little cocky here, but I think I would rather have good eyes and a bad base, because if my base came out really, really bad, honestly, I could just like wipe it all off and just keep on my eyes. And since I honestly have like pretty good skin, like I don't really think it would matter like if I had on all this foundation or not, because honestly even now like I wear like the lightest foundation. I don't like full coverage shit. I wear like sheer to medium to buildable. Like sometimes I even just wear CC creams and BB creams. Like I'm not someone to really wear a thick foundation, again, unless I'm in drag, then I put on like fucking a thick ass layer of foundation. But like every day like this I'm like, no, I'd rather have like good eyes and a bad base, because like I said, I'll just wipe it off. And also I've gotten like a lot of cosmetic work done, I think I should look fine without foundation on, regardless. With my pumped up cheeks, my pumped up lips, my sculpted face. Although, you know, a girl loves to eat, so I kind of look a little husky again. I'll just go get more shit snatched back. But anyways, that was the last question. I probably rambled on more than I was supposed to. I don't know if I was supposed to just answer the question and move on, but you know me, I just misunderstood the assignment, and a bitch likes to talk. Like the other day too, my friend's like, bitch, you talk so much, I think you just like handle the sound of your own voice, which is honestly no care. Every time I'm editing my videos, I'm always kind of like, it's weird to hear myself talking. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me. I'm going to go ahead and leave all the questions down below if you guys want to do a video answering all these questions yourself. It was pretty fun. Like I said, I'll leave Theresa is Dead video linked down below, because that's where I picked this up from. Although this did originate from Elisa Lobotomy. I do gotta go check out that video to see what she did on it. But anyways, if you want to hang out with me in between uploads, you could follow me on Instagram. That's Tara_Kruger. I'll leave that down in the description below. If you want to be so kind and share this video with everyone you think may like it. Like it once again, I said, I'm not for everybody, but I am for everybody. So until the next time, I'll see you ghouls later.